Hi again. Here we are for story time with Mrs. Rutledge. I hope that you enjoy this. We already did one video earlier on Jamie O'Rourke and the Big Potato. And today is St. Patrick's Day. So happy St. Patrick's Day. Glad you could join us. Maybe you've already eaten dinner. Maybe you're getting ready for bed. If so, great. Snuggle up with a blankie. I have mine. And we're going to read another story. I'm going to read to you a story that gives you a little bit of information and knowledge about St. Patrick's Day and where St. Patrick's Day came from, why we celebrate St. Patrick's Day, what it's all about. So this is called St. Patrick's Day by Gail Gibbons. St. Patrick's Day by Gail Gibbons. Thumbs up for the... Hopefully you said title page. That's what we do at our school. St. Patrick's Day is celebrated each year on March 17th. And that's today. Go figure. This holiday is celebrated by the Irish and other people in many parts of the world. They honor St. Patrick. He's the patron saint of Ireland. St. Patrick lived many years ago. He was born in Britain around the year 380 and raised in a Christian family. His parents didn't name him Patrick, actually. Some people believe his name was Maewyn. While he was still a boy, however, he was kidnapped. And he was brought to Ireland, where he was made into a slave. His captors forced him to herd sheep. He prayed that God would come and help him. 6 years later, he finally escaped. After finally arriving back in Britain, he lived quietly, and he thought and prayed, and he realized what he really wanted to do. He had dreams of returning to Ireland to teach the people all about God. So he went to France and studied religion. In the year 432, the head of the Catholic Church, the Pope, named him Patricius, the Latin name for Patrick. He became a priest and then a bishop. At last, Bishop Patrick's dreams came true. He sailed back to Ireland and began preaching. He built churches and schools all over the country. People noticed his kind ways and they trusted him. Bishop Patrick spent the rest of his life caring for the Irish people, and they loved this kind man. People honor Patrick on March 17th because that's the day he died. In the year 461, the Catholic Church made him a saint, otherwise known as Saint Patrick. Today, many things are done to celebrate this holiday. People go to church to give thanks to St. Patrick for his work in Ireland. People have fun too. They dress in green to honor the Irish customs. Hundreds of years ago, the people of Ireland burned branches with green leaves during the month of March, and then they would spread the ashes in their fields to make them nice and fertile for planting. To wear green is to honor Ireland, the Emerald Isle. And it is very green if you go and visit there. It's really green. Decorations are put on doors and windows. Shamrocks appear everywhere. The shamrock is a plant that has 3 leaves and looks like clover. It is the symbol of St. Patrick as well as of Ireland. And we have a shamrock plant right here. Leprechauns are remembered on St. Patrick's Day as well. Long ago, some Irish folk believed in these wee little magic creatures. It was thought that if you caught a leprechaun, that you could make him lead you to his pot of gold. Leprechaun comes from the old Irish word, and I don't know how to say this, lucorpen, I believe, meaning wee one. People believed that they were only as big as your thumb. There is also something called the shillelagh. In Ireland, many years ago, there was an old oak forest called the shillelagh forest. The Irish liked to own a sprig of shillelagh, a short oak club from the forest. Often people would decorate their shillelaghs with green ribbons. A harp is another decoration you see a lot on St. Patrick's Day. It is one of the oldest musical instruments and has been popular with Irish people since early times. It serves as another reminder of St. Patrick's Day. Personally, I don't see a lot of harps, but maybe when this book was written, it was a thing. On St. Patrick's Day, people give cards to their families and their friends. People also make cakes and cookies and goodies to share with others. That's what we'd be doing if we were in class instead of sitting at home. Oh, wow. Some people like to also give flowers. Others wear green carnations or pin shamrocks on their clothes to celebrate the holiday. There may be even some St. Patrick's Day plays, too. Some families and friends have quiet time together in remembrance of St. Patrick. Often there are meals to share, like corned beef and cabbage. St. Patrick's Day parties are given too. It's fun to sing Irish songs and dance an Irish jig and play some games. And don't you know, I'd be dancing a jig. In many places, there are St. Patrick's Day parades. Flags flutter in the wind and pipers and fiddlers play Irish tunes. There are many green hats and people in costumes and green banners and lots of green. The first time St. Patrick's Day was celebrated in the United States was in 1737. And it was in Boston. That's on the East Coast in Massachusetts. Each year, the Irish and many other people love to celebrate St. Patrick's Day. We all kind of become a little Irish on St. Patrick's Day. For many people, it's just a day of worship and for celebration. And if you're not Irish, you just feel a little bit Irish. And that's it. So there you go. St. Patrick's Day by Gail Gibbons. Great story. Check it out at your library or Amazon if you want to buy it. I hope you've had a really great St. Patrick's Day. I miss you all.